Welcome back. The chakra dand is one of the most coolest and also the effective exercise when it comes to this kind of a mobility, flexibility, strength, explosiveness. This kind of an exercise is not literally a gym bodybuilding approach in which you are training one particular body part using progressive overload or resistance, and then you are going through it slowly. This is about strength training that is already kind of complete, and then the player comes and does something again and again for a continuous period of time to do it like a cardio and also to improve that strength, to be able to explode into different positions, because somewhere these are also sport specific exercises coming from kushti, that is Indian wrestling. This is not a video that will be watched by many people. I know not a lot of views will be there because I am doing this specifically for that type of people, that community who are interested in traditional Indian exercises and who are practicing. So here is why your chakra dand is not, it's just not happening. There are basically four reasons according to me. I am also a student of this, but there are four difficulties that many people encounter on this path, and these four things are holding them down, and this is why you are not being able to do a chakra dand. I will try to solve these problems one by one, and let's try it. So here is your reason number one. The first kind of difficulty that most people face is that they're not being able to make their legs straight. You have to kind of maintain this straight leg, knee locked out position throughout the motion. It is not the swinging that is a problem, it is not the rotation that is a problem, it is just the fact that you have to just keep your leg out there. Some people are not flexible enough for this, and I fall into that category. So what you need to do is you need to budapa. You need to focus on some flexibility exercises. You need to do some stretching, both static and dynamic stretching. I can show some examples, and moreover, every time you are looking for flexibility, you are looking for these kind of exercises that you can use for, becoming flexible, becoming more yoga-ish. You need to go slowly and you need to go easy on yourself, because then that stretching and overstretching problem will come and you will have to take rest for 3 or 4 days. That is not just, it will waste your time. Go slowly, but you have to go through it every day, right? It can be done through stretching, and unlike popular belief, it can be done through your regular weight training also. uh, you won't get stiff and all immobile if you lift weight. If you're doing it with a proper technique, if you're doing it with full range of motion, specifically in the stretching part, just in a simple language like a dumbbell curl, it is going down if you are giving that intensity, and full range of motion is there specifically on that eccentric part, that is the stretching part. If there is intensity, it not only helps with strength, it helps with flexibility as well. So whatever exercises you are doing, if you are going through this full range of motion, that itself can increase your flexibility. Otherwise, you have basic stretching exercises that I will show. Go through these exercises every day, and one day you will be able to do this comfortably. Here are some basic examples of the exercises you can do. Try to touch the floor. Let's say I am this flexible only. What do you do when you can't go further? Yes, this is the secret of stretching. Even in static exercises, in which essentially you are holding a position, like in a yoga position, a bhujangasana, you're not flexible enough to reach that proper bhujangasana. So there are few tricks you can do over there. Any position which requires you to stretch and become a little more flexible, if you're not able to do that, slowly go down and give it a little dynamic touch. It is a position in which you are supposed to be like this properly, but you can't do it. So what do you do? I'm here only, just go down slowly, 1 and 2 and 3, and again very slowly. Do not hurt yourself, do not go full do not go it like that. You are going slowly with these exercises. This is number one. Exercise number two, these are all just suggestions. What you are already doing can be also done slowly. Do the same with the other one. It doesn't matter, you can't touch, you can't go down, just like me, you're here only, I can't go further. What do? Slowly try to give this a little more oscillating effect, like kind of swing forward, back and forth, and then again you can go to the opposite side doing the same thing. Here is example number 3 or 4 or 5, forgetting what we are doing. 1, 2. Notice what is the difference. The difference is I am trying to push my pelvis forward. Yes, trying to push the hip forward. Good. trying to touch both your toes. Again here, come back up, both your hands on your hip, push your hip forward. This is important, not the head, it is the hip. You'll understand this in the sideways position. These are just basic examples of stretching exercises. If you already know what to do, then you do not have to look at this. This is important. You do not have to watch this. You can just skip the video forward and you'll go to the next problem that you're facing with your chakradand. कितना अजीब तरीके से बोला मैंने चक्रदंड. Okay. So after that there are some more examples. Keep the other foot flat on the ground, this one facing the other side. Stretch in such a way, your hand is over here, stretch down. Try to make this a straight line. And if you are not able to go down that deep, again, use that back and forth rocking effect. You can go with all these basic exercises. There are like hundreds of this, but these are some basic, everybody can do type of exercises. And from here you can go for something dynamic also. You can just try and lift up your knee, or you can try a swinging kind of a motion. 1, slowly 2. Notice I am not doing it like very strict. That would be ideal, but even if you're not able to do it, you can keep it in a relaxed motion also. Now because in a Kalari Payat, in a yoga kind of a way, this video is not about this, but I'll elaborate anyway. In a Kalari Payat or a yoga kind of a way, significance of stretching and keeping your body straight like that is there. It has to be done in a very strict, all straight way. But sometimes, because we train in karate also, karate is the main thing we do, there are exercises in which you can sacrifice the form a little bit so that you are doing it and it also increases your flexibility. In a way, what I'm saying is, if you can't do this, it's okay, just do this. Something is better than nothing. And then slowly, this will give you the power to make it straight as well, right? This is kind of a dynamic stretching. Now you understand what is the meaning of why it is called dynamic, because I'm moving. I'm moving this leg up and outward very slowly, nothing crazy, no Tiger Shroff level flexibility, just simple 1 and 2, and these are some basic exercises. Let's move on to reason number 2. You will never be able to do a chakradand because of these problems. Problem number 2. Reason number 2 why your chakradand doesn't look very good is because your hand placement. You're doing this too much. At a point, you know that you have to bring your legs inward. You have to do this. You have to do this. So you have to make way for the leg to go outside or from outside to inside. Both legs, it will be different. If I am doing it with my right leg, the leg travel inwards like this, and this is supposed to be your chakradand. Then if I am doing with the left leg, left goes from left to right, that is from outside to inside over here. What is the problem with most people is the skipping that is supposed to be done with your hands. That means I am accommodating my leg and I have to move my hand out of the way. They will go out of the way and they'll do something like this. This will hurt your ankle, this will hurt your wrist, and I am speaking from experience. It will pain, it will hurt. You'll have to take rest for maybe 1 week or 2 weeks, something like that, if you're lucky. Otherwise, these are very delicate parts, and given my ultra light body weight, that problem can increase. So do not overdo. Just enough. Just enough. This is the trick. The trick is to always maintain contact with the floor. Have you seen how wrestlers practice sapate and these exercises? They're barely leaving the ground. Yes, here, whatever. Barely leaving the ground. Everything. This contact has to be maintained. Leave that and do this. This is your fault. You're going to be doing that. And notice how bad that landing was. It was not at all smooth, and that is why your chakradand does not look good. You're supposed to do just this. Just this. Let it come. Let the leg come and then shift. Always try to stay close to the floor, and that will make it look better. So here is problem number 3 with your chakradand. The leg skipping. There is one leg that has to go in a rotational kind of a way, and the other leg has to jump off and make way for this leg. This is where most people face problem, and this is where the leg that was supposed to be straight, you end up doing something like this. You end up doing something like this. You see that? That is what happens with you. For that, there are two solutions. First of all, the simple solution: tell yourself to keep this straight. Do not bend it. Keep it straight. Straight over here, and even here. Do not bend this. Keep it straight. And now, solution number two is with the jumping. How are you jumping? Again, are you jumping too much or are you jumping too less? It has to be just enough. Look at this. This is what it will look from behind. Now, notice what is happening with this one. This foot, I will jump up, and I'm not sitting down very comfortably like this. It will be kind of, the weight is distributed in between my hands and my leg. Everything, it is kind of distributed like that. And from here, I don't jump up too high. Notice what I told you in the earlier problem, that is with your hand. You don't jump up too high. You do not leave the floor like that. That is when your landing will become not so good. So just enough. Notice what is happening with the foot I'm jumping. And here, it is a kind of a jump in which this leg goes in this direction and the other one, it's not necessarily a jump. This is why I want to show you once more, right from behind, very close. Look at it. I'm not really jumping. Here is the trick. This foot, it won't actually jump. I told you in other videos, and this is what you would find if you go step by step, that this foot has to make a big jump, which is kind of impossible. How do you make that jump? It's not going to be very neat. So essentially, it is not the jump. It is not jumping on that foot. It is shifting the weight from that foot to the other hand and the leg. You will use the momentum of the other rotating leg, and you will use the weight that is shifted towards the other side. I am not jumping. Look at this carefully. Very slowly over here. It's just that the weight was transferred to the other side, and that's it. Just my weight is towards the front, and this is what I'm doing. And that's all. I'm not jumping. The whole body weight is not on that leg. It's shifted forward so that it can barely move out like that. That is the trick. And let's say you have practiced this enough and all your problems are solved within the movement itself. The problem you are facing, number four you wanna? Shayad. Number four is your switching. How do you transition from chakradand for the left leg to chakradand from the right leg? How are you changing stance? Because if you are not having that idea of how exactly do I change, I did this from one leg, should I continue the same, and then it becomes like that, almost like that hip hop. We all used to do something like that. This is a good exercise. If you can do that, you will be able to do the chakradand as well. This you might have tried in school or something. If you can, I was going into the chakradand. If you can do this continuously, that makes it look good, and that will make your chakradand easy. Anyway, that is not what we are doing. We are not going again and again with the same side. We are going to change one step using your right leg inward, and then next step with the left leg. How exactly do you make this happen? This is your fourth reason why your chakradand is not, it's just not happening. So you were told to do this and then finish with the push up. What do I do now? You will climb up, sit here, extend the left leg, and then do it for the left side. Good enough, no problem. But how exactly do I make it continuous? Now look at this. I'll show you an example of what it looks like when I do it continuously. So right to left, left to right, right to left. For doing this, you need an exercise, because after I am completing the push-up, after I am completing the chakradand, Both my feet are back there in the push-up position. I will bring them back up. How exactly am I bringing it back up? I am using this position, which was almost your Bhujangasana. And now this is conducive for jumping and bringing your legs up because the hip is down and the head is up. When that position comes, you will be able to use your hip for creating enough momentum to jump up. And now this is not enough. Just practice this a few times. 1, 2, 3. And now what I need you to practice is trying to get into the ready position for Chakradand again and again directly from there. That is, here, one leg comes up and the other one goes to the other side, ready for the next Chakradand. Try this exercise. 1, back, 2, and back, 3. Notice? It's the same thing, but one leg went out. Once you can master this and you're confident enough, then you're all clear to take the leap of faith and then directly jump into the next one. So if you can do this properly, 1, 2, then do not stop here, continue for the Chakradand. Here is what it would look like. Okay, I'm not confident, I'm not sure what to do, but I've been doing it for a long time. Let's try. One safety tip, do it on a surface that's not very soft. Alright, sounds weird, but if you do it on a mattress or something like that, those things, especially for the wrist, your wrist will go down and this will happen. It will go too deep and that wrist injury can occur. If it is something solid, it's okay, you're not going to fall, or maybe something would happen, but let's hope you will be safe. Alright. So here it is. I'm not sure what to do, but I'll do it anyway. So here, this I already can do. Now see, I'm not going to stop here. I'm going to continue. I'm going to continue. Yes, that's what I do. Continue. This is what I practiced. And now I'll continue. And that's it. According to me, these are the main problems people face when doing the Chakradand. इससे पहले कि मम्मी डांटे कि कपड़े गंदे क्यों किए हैं, इसको हम ले जाते हैं वॉशिंग मशीन में और धोना शुरू करेंगे. ठीक है, मैं जा रहा हूँ, कपड़े धो के आता हूँ. तब तक आप वीडियो देखिए. If you like this video, subscribe, like and press the bell icon. Moreover, if you like what I'm wearing, Kalari Dhoti, you can order this online. The link is in description. You'll have a WhatsApp number you can contact and directly you can query like that. Check out our merch designs from Kadak Merch. Download the Sendo Jitsu mobile app where all these videos, all these exercises are made into courses and you can download them. You can download all these apps and you can like the video and buy the merchandise. Otherwise, you can directly contribute to the channel as well. Links are in the description. Thank you.